Thanks, Adam. Tell me when, Kevin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the November 2019 Worldwide College of Auctioneering class auction. We appreciate and are happy to see everyone here. We're at the Best Western at Clear Lake, Iowa, 1 mile west of the Mason City, Iowa Airport. We're Auction School and Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Reich Auction College before that. Has been since 1933, except for 2 years in Austin, Minnesota. The first 2 years it was here. So we welcome each and every one of you. And it's a big morning this morning. We're going to have the graduation, the culmination of the class and all the students and their efforts this week. We started a week ago yesterday at 12 noon. And so we've been at it in 12 noon today, 9 days. And it's been quite a 9 days. Would you agree with that, class? It's been quite a 9 days. It's always fun to start Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And it's even more funner and more poignant to complete Worldwide College of Auctioneering, because it's a completion of the effort that auctioneers, students that are going to become auctioneers in just a few minutes have done this week. You know, a lot of you folks know the history of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, and I'll give you the Reader's Digest of it, because I'd like the good folks from all around the country and some even around the world to know about Worldwide and its history. It started in 1933. It was owned and operated by Colonel Joe Reich for 40 years and his wife Verla. From there, Colonel Gordon E. Taylor and his wife Eve owned it and did an excellent job with tailor-made auctioneers from 1974 till 1993. Then Colonel Bill Addis and his wife Susie ran the school for 8 years from 1993 to 2001. And Susie was with us here on Friday night at the student auction. Hadn't been back for quite a while, and it was sure nice to see her. In 2001 to 2019, myself and my business partner, Vicki, Vice President Worldwide, have owned the auction school. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a week of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. Class students from all over came in and did an excellent job. There was class members from California, Arizona, Missouri, Oregon, Illinois, Iowa, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Tennessee. There's been 40,000 auctioneers that have been trained at Worldwide, and it's over about 86-year history since 1933. And class members or students received training in real estate and automobile online auctions, how to get auctions, how to go out and get auctions, which is a big part of starting the business. Livestock auctions, farm auctions, auction law, voice training, voice care, business planning, auction technology, marketing, and fundraising, and then other things too. You know, one of the main things that we say at Worldwide is we're in the auction profession, but we're in the people business. And all of the members of the class are excellent folks, and they did an excellent job this week, and it was sure nice to have them in class and sure nice to interact with them. You know, folks, also, I'd be remiss in not naming and recognizing some of our very best instructors in the world that came in and helped us this week and instructed each and every one of the class members this week, and that's Jim Seek, Dan Prohaska, Jill Marie Wiles, Deb Hild, Tricia Broward, Bruce Helgeson, Deb Hild, Jerry Stanbaugh, Daryl Cannon, Jack Hines, Shannon Mays, Kurt Johnson, Keith Sadoff, Robert Mayo, Angelo Lopez, Jason Smith, Wayne Pauls, and Doug Murfeld. All of those good folks came in and shared their knowledge and their expertise and their experience of Worldwide College of Auctioneering students on their experience and to help them to become auctioneers. Folks, you're going to receive a lifetime tuition to Worldwide College of Auctioneering. That means that you're welcome in our doors anytime, as many times as you want to come. You're welcome to come stay for 1 minute. You're welcome to stay an hour. You're welcome to stay a day, a week, or the entire class. And if you want to come back the next time and do it all over again, you certainly can do that. Sometimes people will say, why do you offer that? And I say, well, sometimes life gets in the way. Maybe a person goes back home. maybe a woman auctioneer has to stay home with her family or takes a new job to support that family. Maybe a man has to get back milking cows or driving over the road or whatever. Life gets in the way sometimes. So when people come walking through that door the second time or the third or the fourth, and you saw certainly a lot of folks that stopped by this week, they are always welcome, and you're welcome to stay as long as you want to. You know, folks, one of the things that we always say at the start of the school, and that is about emotions. And I sure wish I had the emotions thing down here, but if anybody has emotions out there, let me know, will you? That's a joke. That's for fun. There's a lot of emotions that are realized when you come to auctioneer school, and some of them is fear, and certainly no one likes fear. Sometimes people will say, am I going to have to step out of my comfort zone? And that's the answer to that is yes. Am I going to be nervous a little bit? Yes. What's going to happen at auction school? Well, you know, one of the things here at Worldwide is we never trick anybody, and we never pull the rug out from underneath anybody. We run an above board square deal in every way, shape, and form. Do you agree, class? We're not here to fool anybody, but there's a lot of emotions. There's trepidation and so on. The thing that we fear most in life is death, as we all know, and the second thing we fear in life is public speaking. It's not easy to get up in front of people and public speak. It just isn't. It takes some courage, and sometimes it takes some experience and stuff, but we can all do it, especially if we speak from the heart. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like also, students, for each and every one of you to know, and you've heard it so many times this week, that you're going to be joining the family of auctioneers. You've got your families at home. You certainly have your professional families in whatever business or whatever area that you came from. But truly, and I think you probably felt it this week, that you truly, truly are joining a family of auctioneers. And we're here to help you. You've got a list of each and every instructor. You have a list of their telephone number, and you have a list of their email address. That's not to use as a family heirloom. That is to use it. If you have a question, if you want to talk with somebody, absolutely. Each and every one of the members of the class. You know, one person that I forgot to mention was Sarah Brewers, one of our instructors, and she's right over here. Sarah, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. I didn't highlight that for some reason, and I shouldn't drink in the morning before graduation, and that was one of the reasons. Each and every one of your class members supported each other this week, and you have the contact information for each other. And I'd urge you and certainly invite you to utilize that and call your class members, ask them how they're doing and so on. Many times people get the support that they need from someone that's maybe not a family member or maybe not a business associate, but someone they met here. Certainly they do. Yesterday, it was kind of interesting to me. I presented the last class of the auction school, and I told my story. And I always think about, if I can be an auctioneer, everyone can be an auctioneer. And the reason that we worked so hard this week and poured ourselves, Vicki and I poured ourselves into your lives, is so that you can be an auctioneer. It's a wonderful, wonderful profession, personally, professionally, and certainly financially too. I would like you to look over here at this Irish blessing. We're going to leave you with this Irish blessing this morning. It's an old Irish blessing, and it's been around a long, long time. It says, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sunshine be warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hands. I mean that. Vicki means that. All the instructors mean that. And we certainly wish you well as you leave here today. We're going to be with you in spirit and so on. Folks, one of the things, and you folks listening in on live stream, and WebWise Solutions, Kevin and Adam, they come every time and they do a wonderful, wonderful job. And they're here, and so I'd like one more time, class, stand up, and let's just do 2 more Betty Botters to finish off this class course. How about that?
On Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter better. So does Betty bought a bit of better butter. 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 90, 90, 80, 80, 70, 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 40, 40, 30, 30, 20, 20, 10, 10. And Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bitter batter, made her bitter batter better. So does Betty bought a bit of better butter. 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 90, 90, 80, 80, 70, 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 40, 40, 30, 30, 20, 20, 10, 10. Thank you. Please be seated. Folks, class members, I came and displayed the wonderful, wonderful picture that you gave me on the 8th day. It's going to hang in my office when we get back to Denver, but I appreciate it. It's a take on the Paul Harvey, the God made a farmer, God made a soldier. And anyway, I thank you very, very much. I was deeply moved by that, and I read it in my room last night. I was pretty tired, but I still read it in my room last night before I went to bed, so I appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next, I want to ask you, when I said class, you know, one of the things that we always say is we're going to work hard and we're going to have fun. Did you work hard this week? Yes. Did you have fun? Yes. Did I know about all the fun that you had, or is there some fun that perhaps that eluded me that I'm not going to find out for a couple years until I run into one of you in a convenience store or something? Say, hey, you remember? Did you step out of your comfort zone? Isn't it wonderful to step out of your comfort zone? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next order of business is I would like to invite my business partner, Vice President of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Vicki Ginder, to come up. Vicki Ginder, everybody, there she is. She's coming up running like Forrest Gump. Hey, Vicki.
Thank you, Paul. First of all, I would just like to say you have been a wonderful class to work with, and I can't think of any class better to end Paul and I's tenure with Worldwide College of Auctioneering. You have entered a family. This industry is so supportive, and I can't tell you how many wonderful, wonderful people are involved in it. Some of them are sitting right here. I've had the opportunity to make some of my very best friends in life over the last 25 years in the instructors and the people I've met that come through school. So I'm going to leave you with, be safe, go home to your families, enjoy the holidays this year. Welcome to the auction family, and it's the people in your life that make life worth living. I love you all.
Well said. Stay here for just a minute. You know, folks, Vicki and I have been together. We're buddies and we're friends and so on. We're not involved with each other personally. Vicki and her husband. Vicki goes, "Yeah, you wish." Yeah. Anyway, someone asked one time, says, "Are you and Vicki together? Are you like together, married, or sweethearts or something?" And I said, you couldn't get Vicki to drink that much to be sweethearts with me, I'll tell you that. But anyway, as you folks know, Vicki and her husband Dell live in Mason City. Myself and my wife Suzanne live in Denver, Colorado, and we've been buddies for a long time, and we've been business partners for a long time. And anybody that's in a business relationship and so on, it's like a business marriage. There's just a lot of moving parts and so on. And I want to say, that my nose itches right now, and you guys don't mind if I pick it, do you? Anyway, that lady back there goes, I think he's going to. I really do. Anyway, Vicki has went in the office at 5 a.m. She's been there. She's worked all night. She's worked all night, different times. Right here, different times. Sometimes Vicki and I would meet here in this room, and we would set up in the old days, and we'd get set up at like 3 a.m. after a wedding, and we'd set all this stuff up. We were so tired, we'd start at 8 in the morning. She did most of the work. I usually just laid back there and slept, but at least I was here. In fact, if you folks go to that corner, that's in the weddings, that's where they set the bar up. If you guys just go back there, not you kids, but if you just go back there and just sit there for about 10 minutes, you'll be over the legal limit of, that's how much fumes are back there. But anyway, she returned every call. She was nice to folks. Most of the success of Worldwide is because of Vicki. Honestly, it really is. Because people liked her so well, and she was so inviting and come to Worldwide. You know, there's a lot of good auction schools around the country. And Mike and Lori are president and vice president of Texas Auction Academy, now America's Auction Academy. That's an excellent auction school. There's other excellent ones all over the country and so on. But we just ran ours. We never looked at other people's websites. We didn't choose our dates based on other people. Our date on this one is always ended before the Sunday before Thanksgiving. The one in Denver always starts the Saturday after Labor Day. Our June dates are the middle of June, so we got the dates so the kids get out of school, and they can come to school and stuff. But anyway, Vicki always had a smile on her face and a good attitude. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady, and I want to say to her, that I was hoping that today she'd pay me back that $5 I loaned her about 18 years ago, and I haven't seen it since. It's with interest. With interest, it's $5.32 now. No, anyway, my favorite movie of all times is a movie. Well, I like a lot of movies. You know, there's John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. You folks have never watched that movie. Based in Ireland, it's a wonderful, wonderful movie. There's a lot of good movies, but the greatest Western ever came along was a Western called Lonesome Dove, and in one scene. This doesn't pertain, it actually pertains to one of the cowboys dying. Well, Vicki's not going to die that I know of.
Hopefully not quite yet.
But anyway, Dietz was killed, and a young boy named Newt said to Gus, we said something to him, but I don't remember what it was, but it was good. And no, I didn't remember what it was. He said, what did Captain write on the tombstone? And he wrote, cheerful in all weathers. Never shirked a task. Please excuse me. And this is the best part, the best two words, is splendid behavior. Splendid behavior.
Same to you, partner.
Okay, that's it. We'll mail your diplomas. We'll see you later.
You've been a great partner.
You've been okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite our bilingual auctioneering instructor and founder, Angela Lopez, to come up and say a few words, please.
Thank you, Paul. Well, this is a touching moment for me, too. I've had the privilege to be in Worldwide College of Auctioneering instructor for 18 years. And I've grown very close to Paul, Vicki throughout the years. We've seen each other go through a lot. We've been through a lot together. They've seen my baby when he was just a little baby. They saw my oldest son, he was the first one to graduate in the military uniform in the Air Force, graduated here from auction school. They gave me the opportunity to come here because this was Paul C. Bear's vision to put together a bilingual course. It wasn't my vision. It was his. And we got together and we put together this curriculum. And they hold very dear to my heart, both of you, Vicki, Paul. I knew the character of Paul C. Bear. My brother passed away of cancer about 10 years ago. And I was in Oklahoma City at the funeral, and I was looking at a big wreath that the Worldwide College of Auctioneering sent me. I get a pat on my back at that moment, on my shoulder. When I look back, it was Mr. Paul C. Bear. Paul showed up to this funeral, and I didn't even pay his ticket or anything. I mean, he just paid it. He paid his own hotel room and his own plane fare. He wasn't even invited. and he just showed up. Yeah. He did. He thought he was going to get some free tacos or something. I don't know what he thought. But anyway, he showed up, and I was so happy he was there. For the reason is that they asked me to give the eulogy, and I was really nervous about that for some reason. And I said, you sure you want me to give the eulogy? I was telling his wife, and yeah, we want you to give the eulogy. And I got together with Paul, and Paul just told me, Angelo, just say it from the heart. I didn't have nothing written down. I got up there with nothing, and I just said what I had to say from my heart. But it was so great to have another fellow veteran there, because my brother was a veteran, my uncle was a veteran, my cousin was so all these veterans together to say goodbye to my brother. That has left an impression, and my family always asks for Paul. My mother, how's Paul? Say hello to Paul when you see him for me. Okay? And I just want to share, I want to thank you throughout the years for your love, for your kindness, for your mercy at times, for your forgiveness many times, and for being kind to me and my family. We love you also. And I just want to thank every one of you students. I just want to leave you with this. God has given every single one of you something to share, a little light to shine. Don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to help others. Every single instructor here comes to give of themselves, the little bit of light that God has given each and every one of us to share with you. Please, as you become proficient in this industry, help others, get along with your competitors, be good to one another, and you will be blessed. God bless you. Thank you. Paul.
Good man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce Sarah in just a minute, and I'm going to ask Sarah to come up and say a few words. But while I'm thinking about it, I'd like to say hello and good morning to my beautiful wife, Suzanne. I call her Sweetie. Sweetie, good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll see each other on Tuesday. And also my mother-in-law, Rhea McCarty, and especially this morning, my son, Matthew, and the best son father could ever have back in Denver, Colorado. So thank you, and good morning to all three of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask our bilingual. This would be good if Sarah does bilingual. We're gonna start a whole new trend here. Our social media instructor and coordinator, Sarah Brewers, and a lot of the success that we've experienced in the last 6 or 7 years is because Sarah's done such a wonderful job on social media. Her and Vicki are good buddies. Sarah lives south of Mason City, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that Sarah's done for Worldwide. And Sarah, would you come up and maybe speak for an hour and a half, hour and 45?
Don't know if you're ready for that, but thank you so much. I have to say, everything that Angelo told you is so true. Don't be afraid to help others and be kind to people. It will go a long ways. And as you know, with social media, you can be kind on social media as well. Paul and Vicki, I can't thank you enough. A lot of what I'm doing today is because of you, and I appreciate that. And it's because of all the students that come through worldwide that have all touched me in one way or another. So, just a fantastic opportunity. And Kevin and Adam, you had a hand in this way back when. It all started at the TV station, going in to do a Ask the Expert thing on Pinterest. So, thank you to all of you. Best wishes and safe travels home. You've all touched my life in one way or another. And reach out. We're all here to help you. And the future of Worldwide, it's exciting. Everything changes and happens for a reason, and things evolve. And look at from 1933 to 2019, where we are in the auction industry. Good things will happen, and good things are happening, and it's because of all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Folks, Sarah mentioned 1933 to present 2019, and I'd like each and every one of you to know that Angelo has been the only one that's been here since 1933. He actually rode his horse to the first auction school. Anyway, we have a little bit expressed our feelings about 18 and a half years being at Worldwide, and we should, because it's an ending. It's an ending. We've been here 18 and a half years. Every ending has a beginning, and every beginning has an ending. We had a beginning in 2001. Now we're having an ending in 2019, but it's not really an ending, folks. And but what we said here this morning, we spoke from the heart, and we should. That's what we should do with folks. I learned a long time ago, for you young folks, if you want to say something to somebody, say it. Don't wait. Don't wait and say, I'll see them next week or whatever. But anyway, Vicki and I, it's a little bit of an ending. I'm been asked to come in and instruct one day a week for the new folks, and I'm going to do it. Vicki has been asked to work to the end of the year, and maybe even help with the February class or whatever, and so on. And there's a reason for that, folks. We like the new folks. We support the new folks. And can I tell you, they're going to do a much better job than Vicki and I did. We did the very best that we possibly can. We really did. With everything that we did, they're going to do even better. They're going to have a bigger school. They're going to have a better school. They're going to have excellent classes. And I want everyone here and everyone out there in the United States and Canada, in Europe, we've gotten students from Asia, everyone around the world to know that we support Mike and Lori Jones and Craig and Angie Meyer as the new owners and operators and administrators, etc., of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. So if you call us anytime and you say, where should we go to auctioneer school? We're going to say Worldwide College of Auctioneering. Here's Mike's number, here's Lori's number, here's Craig's number, here's Angie's number, and we invite you to do that. And if there's anything that we can do to help these good folks, we're going to do it. In our contract, this is business you don't need to know, but I'm going to say it anyway. Let me tell you the details on this contract. I want to tell you. Anyway, one of the things was Mike was going to buy a ponytail for $1,000, and he's fulfilled it. What? Don't forget about the confidentiality. No, this part, I wouldn't talk about anything confidential. No, I wouldn't. If something was confidential. But here's something that is not confidential that you should know. That Vicki and I signed a 5-year no-compete. And that's in businesses, that's what happens. It's standard that you're not going to compete against the new folks for 5 years. Well, I told Mike and Lori, you could put 55 years in there. It's fine with me. We had a good run, and we operated worldwide, and we enjoyed it. but we're going to support the new folks 100% all the time. And like I said, it didn't have to be 5 years; it could be 55 years, because we want these folks to succeed. And you know, folks are good folks; they really are. And they've already run an auction school down in Texas, Texas Auction Academy, or America's Auction Academy, done a great job. And so, anyway, with that said, I would like to introduce, and you folks out there have seen this on Friday night, but I would like to say welcome to President Mike Jones, the now president of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. I'd like to say welcome to Lori Jones, the vice president of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And I would also like to say thank you and welcome to Craig and Angie Myers, listening in from their kitchen computer down there in Ennis, Texas. And you notice how I said Craig and Angie together? Well, where there's Craig, there's Angie, and where there's Angie, there's Craig. They're a wonderful couple personally, and a wonderful auctioneering couple. And welcome Craig and Angie down in Ennis, Texas. They couldn't be here today, but they'll be here at every term, et cetera. They were here a couple times this week already. And so you guys, we just had a wake a little bit ago, Vicki and I saying goodbye to Worldwide. Now we're having a celebration of the new folks that are in Worldwide College of Auctioneering. Would Mike and Lori come up, please? You know, on behalf of Worldwide College, we've given every award and everything. Come on up. Vicki, would you come up? We'd just like to leave you with this bottle of Perel, folks, because you're probably going to need it right there if you go down to the truck stop and get some of that coffee every morning. And so, Mike and Lori, welcome.
All right. Thank you, Paul. You know, it's he said it's bittersweet, and it's bittersweet for us too. I've known Paul for a long time. I don't know how long I've known Paul, to be honest with you. We've both been members of the National for a long time. I've been a member of the National Auctioneer Association since 1978, 79. And Paul, I know you got in about that time or a little thereafter. I met Vicki. We were reflecting last night over dinner, and I met Vicki, back around 97 or 98, somewhere around there. I think it was 98, 99, in Des Moines, ironically, at an Iowa auctioneers convention. It was wintertime. The snow was about 4 foot deep. And here's Vicki. She's promoting the school. She had her little booth there, if you'd call it a booth, kind of a tabletop deal. But I still remember it very vividly, meeting her. And I thought, well, what a nice lady. And we never really got to visit. And because we were competitors in business, we just, you know how it is when you're competitors in business. You don't typically hang out with your competitors. But then Paul being the first IAC champion, he's been an icon. Everybody knows Paul Seabear. He's very humble about who he is, and he's always talking about being forgotten within the next year or two, and that, you know, nobody's going to remember who Paul is, or Vicki. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Just like he talks about Joe Reich and his history with him, you all are going to remember Paul Seabear. You'll never forget him. And all the people that are on the World Wide Web and the internet that went to this school, they're not going to forget Paul C. and Vicki. And we're going to do our part to keep that love alive. Amen? 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 Okay. All right. Now, Lori and I feel very blessed to be a part of Worldwide. This has never been a plan. We've never had a plan to be owners of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And I do want to shout out to Craig and Angie as well, because they're going to be great partners in going forward. They are going to be the best partners possible. They're young, they're energetic, they're 20, 30 years younger than I am. So they'll be pushing all the students that come through. And they're so good at what they do. They are the best of the best in today's auction world. And so you guys were lucky to get to meet them while they were here. And I'm tickled that I got to be here to watch you guys. I haven't, Even back home in Texas, I don't get to spend 7 days or 8 days straight. Usually I sneak out just a little bit and let some of the other instructors work. However, this is the longest I've been sitting in one place for couldn't tell you the last time I was in one town or one hotel for 8 or 9 days. So y'all really pulled something out, you know. He took me to go get coffee this morning, and he said, well, have you been down here? I said, hell, I haven't been anywhere. I've been stuck in that hotel. It's 20 degrees outside. Who goes outside here? That's insane. So welcome to Iowa. I want to tell you something. He stepped out of the room a minute. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't tell this story. I was going to tell you the other day. In 1990, I started competing in the international competition back in the early 90s, probably around the year that Spanky won. That was my first contest. And in 96 in San Diego, and we're all going back to San Diego next July for our national conference and show. Anyway, in 1996, my sister won the women's division of the auctioneering competition. So she was an IAC champion in 1996, and I took third. And I thought, wow, we got really close to doing like a double down. And so that just kind of told me, look, I'm doing all the right things. I'm the next big thing, Vicki. And so we go to Nashville, and I don't make the cut. I don't make the first cut. That was a very humbling experience. You know when you're like at top of the mountain, you're top 3, and then you're down here, like, you know what I mean. It was very humbling. Which I think, and I believe this, since this is Sunday, and Angelo, you'll appreciate this, I think we all have to be humbled. We get humbled. God has the plan. We don't have the plan. God has the plan. And Angelo, I was humbled in 1997 in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm going to tell the rest of the story. I was sitting in the atrium of the Opryland Hotel, and I was sitting with Paul C. Paul C. was to my right. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. We had Shane Ratliff was sitting there, an international champion, world auto auction champion. We had Neil Davis, he was sitting there. There was about 6 or 8 of us, and everybody's a champion. Everybody, but me. So, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. Paul's right here, and I'm really disgusted because I got knocked out in the first round. And this is a story about perseverance, and I want you to always remember this story because it matters. You know, you never quit, right? Now, it would have been real easy for me to walk away that night and not enter the next year. And I looked over at Paul, and he said something, and I said, well, that was certainly humbling. And he said, Mike, he said, you're a great auctioneer. He said, when the stars are right, everything lines up, you got the right judges in your right place, right time. When God wants you to win, you're going to win. And I won the next year. So the thing I want to leave you with from my end is always be present, always be humble, and always show up. 90% of success in life is showing up. If you're not there, you can't perform, you can't attain your goals, and you can never get your feelings hurt. This is a tough business, but if you fight and you work hard and perseverance, you'll always overcome anything. Amen? Okay, I'd like for Lori to say something real quick. Vice President Lori Jones.
Thank you. This will be very quick. I think that you all know, and I've said it several times, I am so honored to follow in the footsteps of Paul and Vicki. I think they're incredible. This is an extraordinary school, and it's because of these 2 extraordinary people. So I want to thank you. I want to wish you both the best as you move into your retirement and spend time with your families. And I expect to see you back here. And I know we can always call on them if we need them. We are a family. Second, I want to say that I believe that God opens doors for us. He puts people in our lives. It's what we do with those opportunities and those doors opening that matters. You know, and it's been expressed here this morning that, you know, things don't happen. I mean, things happen for a reason. People are put in your lives, situations. Learn from it, grow, be kind to people. You know, this is the season of
thanking, of gratefulness, of giving. We're moving into Thanksgiving, and then we're moving into Christmas. And what I would say is, let's have that kind of season all year long, where we're grateful, we're thankful, we love, and we give, because when you give, you receive. And I want to wish all of you the very best. I'm so happy I got to be here and meet all of you. I hope to see you in the future. And truly, I know I'm realistic. I probably won't see all of you again. I'll see some of you. I will always remember you. Love you. Wish you the best.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is what we're here for this morning, and we're going to present the diplomas. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the procedure this morning will be that I will call your name and you come on up, and we'll present you with a diploma. Vicki will pin the gentleman, I will pin the ladies, and each one of you are going to receive a pin just like this. This is the Worldwide College of Auctioneering pin. We don't sell them. We don't give them away. We don't, you can't talk us out of it. The only way you can get a pin is if you've met the requirements to be a graduate of Worldwide, been an instructor. We've, of course, given a pin to Mike and Lori and Craig and Angie as the new owners of Worldwide College, and owners and leadership, too, of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. You know, folks, one thing that happens at Worldwide is there's auction laws all throughout the United States. And many of the auction laws, you've got to be a graduate of an auction school. And Vicki will get a call from somebody and say, I have been an auctioneer a long time. I'm going to send you, here's my credit card. I'd like you to hammer it for the tuition and send me a diploma of Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And we can't adhere to the quality of successful auctioneer. The first one's integrity. Would we like to have that tuition money? It's pretty easy. Hammer the credit card, fill their name out, and send it to them. We don't do it. We've never done it once. Vicki, you can't get Vicki to do it, and nor me. And so the only way that you can get this pin is if you've earned it, and each one of the class members have earned it. Ladies and gentlemen, the first auctioneer I'd like to ask to come up is a lady from Northern California, Rachel Louise Britton. Come on down here. Hey, folks, isn't she a lovely woman? Huh? You're just wonderful. And you don't know this, but there was a auctioneer in Texas named Britton, and he was a famous livestock auctioneer. And your name is, and he wrote a book. So buy that book sometime. Don't send it to me because I won't read it. But anyway, Rachel, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for the amazing experience, and thank you to my classmates and the incredible cohort of instructors that make this experience rich and deep and an excellent step into the auction profession. So thank you so much.
Well done. Folks, do you think this woman is going to be a successful auctioneer? She's a dandy. And notice, folks, Vicki spent a little extra for the hard rubber backing so they don't fall off. That's an extra half a penny each. Congratulations.
Thank you, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next auctioneer is another Northern California auctioneer named Thomas Ullman. Sheriff Thomas Ullman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, Ez and Tom added a lot this week. And you know, interestingly,
interesting. Tom's got the T-shirt of seeing everything that there is to see about being a sheriff. And it's always interesting to me when law enforcement folks come to auctioneer school. And the reason is because sometimes it's kind of fun to watch, not a transition, but kind of a mellowing. They come to auctioneer school and they go, you know, this is kind of the way that people live when I'm not on duty. They're just having fun, and they don't have an agenda, and they're being nice to each other and so on. And Tom said something this morning that I really appreciate. He said, we went all week without talking politics. And we didn't talk politics, we didn't talk sports, and I just really like that. We talked auctioneering. Thomas D. Allman, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Sheriff.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Paul and Vicki. Thank you very much. The good news is, I'll make this really quick because we have a plane to catch. I really wish the new owners very, very good luck. Yeah, I mean, you're stepping in big shoes, and everything changes. Sometimes people don't like change, but for the most part, change is good. And I'm looking forward to following your leadership and your ability to increase the number of auctioneers. If there's one thing we've been taught this week is we don't criticize competitors, and we want more people to auction. The more people who auction, the more auctions we're going to have, and the more happy faces we're going to have, and the more families are going to be fed. And I certainly appreciate the foundation which Worldwide College was built on, and apparently Vicki and Paul have kept it, and I really appreciate it. You know, they say everybody brings joy to a room, some by entering, some by leaving. So I'm going to leave right now. I won't say, Paul, about you, but I just want to give you a new joke for your repertoire. We've heard the others several times. But we wish you good luck. You know, I hope that as you ride off in the sunset, you understand that you and Vicki have changed lives for the better. And I think we could all say that to you. So thank you for what you've done for us.
Thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate it. Good job. Before I introduce the next auctioneer, I was thinking when Mike was up there and saying that we were in the bar at Opryland bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can tell you something, folks. There was a lot of things said, and most of them didn't make sense at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can tell you that way back then. Preston Watts, come on up here. Good man. Look at, do you think he's dressed to the hilt here? Excellent. Hey, folks, do you remember when Preston came the first day and he just really, really worked hard, and it wasn't easy for you. You went through the sweat. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Thank you. And before you say anything, Tom and Rachel, travel safely. I know you're on your way to catch a plane.
I just want to thank you, Paul, and Vicki, and for being extra nice to me. And as I said in the sermon earlier this morning, some of you were gone, that I didn't know what to think when I came here, and but now I want to say I'm 54 years old, and I can't remember a time in my life that I've had so many people all at one time be so nice and kind to me. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and God bless you.
Well said. Congratulations, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, a young man from down Oklahoma way, Jarrett Simmons, come on down here. And hold on just a second, Jarrett. It's all right. You bet. Jarrett, you don't mind just standing up here and just kind of hanging, do you? You want to balance your checkbook while you're up here or anything? The other day someone says, you know, I've never seen a 13-year-old balance their checkbook. This young man was back at a table balancing his checkbook. And, you know, young man, I'm not 13. I'm older than 13, but I don't know much about finance. But if you've still got check blanks, it's okay. You probably got money in there. Just write them. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it's all good. Ashley, would you do me a favor? Will you grab Dad's cell phone? And Dad, would you come on up here, please? Anyway, I'm going to present this diploma to young Jarrett Simmons, the youngest member of the class. And I'm also going to say to you that your dad loves you very much. And you know, one of the reasons why I know is because he was here all week. He drove up and every single day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mason City, Clear Lake, Iowa is just the hot spot of the world. There's just every day, there's a lot of things to do, places to go and so on. But, you know, I say that affectionately. I'm from this area. But you spend a week or 8 days or 9 days in any hotel, whether it's in New York or Clear Lake, Iowa, and pretty soon, you know, you run out of things to do. And your dad loves you very much because he was here for you. And you did an excellent job, young man. Mr. Simmons, would you please come over here on this side and present your son with his auctioneering diploma, please?
Jared, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
All right.
Thank you, Paul.
Tell us how your week was, and tell me if you like this kid over here on your left side.
This kid's going to be a great success at whatever he chooses to do. I've told some of the stories and told you some of the stories, so I haven't worried about this kid since he was 5 years old. I've told everybody when he was 5, he would be the first true Simmons cash millionaire, not a in-debt millionaire. So, your mom was proud of you, your brother and sisters.
They're listening in?
Yes.
Well, let's wave to them. Who's listening in at home?
Lisa, Jake, Lexi, good morning. We miss you. We love you. You better tell them good morning.
Morning, and thanks for doing all my chores, and thank you to the students and to the instructors. I guess we auctioneers now. We made it through the week and we did it.
Well said, young man. And for you folks that don't know, Mr. Simmons is a cattle buyer, and I want to tell you something. You got to have all the ingredients to be a cattle buyer. I've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Well done. You bet.
I'm like Mike also. I've never sat still this long in my life.
All good. Okay, the next auctioneer is a auctioneer from down in Spring Green, Wisconsin. And he's got a Fu Manchu mustache. He was a jockey and a horse chewer and a horse trainer. And folks, you know, we don't give best student, most improved student, or anything like that. But do you think that Jeff would be in the running for the best opening the other night at the student auction? You had an excellent opening. Thanks, Paul. Jeff, on behalf of the Worldwide College of hey, listen, I'm not a horse chewer. You mind? Right there. I'm a city sissy. Okay. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Don't squeeze my hand so hard, Jeff.
Right. Thanks, Paul. This certificate from the Worldwide College of Auctioneering means so much. Connie, back home listening, proud of you. I have one person I want to bring up here right now. Angelo, would you please come over here? Hold on to this for me, please. Yes, sir. All right, we had a bilingual class out here, and I took that. And this morning, I was talking to Angela a little bit, and I've never had a suit coat in my life out here. Never wore one day in my life. Well, got a letter in the mail, bring a suit coat out. So I did. So I want to share with you, the other night I shared you the pin. Sheriff, Grandpa, the suit coat I have on is my father-in-law's suit coat. I'm going to wear that with pride for him. And another thing, Angelo, I have to thank you for being a military. And my father-in-law was a military person, and I love him to the bottom of my heart. And he was a Mason, along with my grandpa, too. And you were, too. Thank you very much.
Very welcome, and that's a military simplified name
Yep.
right there, too.
Yeah. And another thing, I would like to have you give me an honor of my certificate. You honor me, your certificate, if you would, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right, thank you. You're very welcome. All right. Love you, Connie, back home. See you later on tonight. Thank you, everybody. Classmates, we'll stay in touch. Thanks very much.
Appreciate it. Well done. Thank you for that warm military reception for me, Jeff. I appreciate it. All right, just kidding. That was a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a young man. There's a young man here. There's a young man here from Osage, Iowa. Would you come on up here? And Vice President Lori Jones, would you come on up here, please? You know, Lori and Dakota formed a special friendship this week, and I'm going to ask Lori to present this diploma. They just kind of connected for some reason. You think a lot of this lady, don't you? And so, Lori, if you'll come over and present this diploma to young Dakota,
Dakota, congratulations on behalf of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Colonel.
Dakota's waited all week to get a hug from Lori, and now he's got a diploma and a hug. There's two. He realized two lifelong dreams right there. Lori, stay here for a minute.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good, Mr. Dakota.
I want to say thank you to everybody. This has been a dream come true for me and my family. I want to say thank you to Shelby, my girlfriend. She's at home getting a new apartment ready for us to move in. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm here, bettering our future together by getting this right here. I want to thank all the instructors, Mike, Lori, Paul, Vicki. All you guys have influenced me so much. We came here as strangers. We're leaving here as best friends, families, role models. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for everyone watching, and I can't wait to see you guys behind the microphone running your own business, calling the numbers, and being proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, guys. We fought this whole week, this 9 days to be right here, getting this diploma. We've worked so hard. I didn't think I'd be able to do this, but I'm here, surpassing my dreams as becoming an auctioneer. I've always wanted to become an auctioneer. I'm first generation of auctioneer in my family. My dad, he says I'm never going to be able to talk that fast. I'm like, I can't talk that fast, but I can say numbers. I want to thank all my teachers for pushing me through high school. I wasn't like, I posted on Facebook that I said thank you to all my teachers in high school because I wasn't the smartest kid in high school. You don't have to be the smartest kid in high school to succeed your dreams. I'll admit it. I failed 10th grade. I failed 3 classes in 9th grade. I pushed through. I stayed after. I barely graduated, but I graduated, and now I graduated from here. So I want to say thank you to everybody, and I can't wait to talk to you again.
Well done. Well done, buddy. Hey, get over here. Stand over here a minute. Dakota, come here. Hey, folks, doesn't Dakota have a big heart? You got the right heart, kid. And something else I'd like to say to you. What's your girlfriend's name that's getting the apartment ready?
Shelby.
Her name is Shelby.
Yep.
You like her?
Love her.
You do? Well, you know the time to tell your girlfriend you love her. You know when the time is?
Every day when I wake up.
Every day when you wake up, and another time is before another boy does. So anyway, you tell her you love her every single day, okay? Shelby, he loves you very much, and he's going to tell you that every day.
I got to say one more thing. I'm sorry since the day we got together, I'm sorry you've had to put up with me doing the auctioneer chant every morning. But guess what? You got to put up with it more every time I get in the shower.
Hey, hey, Dakota. No showering together till you guys tie the knot, okay? Shelby, forget that apartment, by George. You just go back home to Mom and Dad. Stay there till he asks you to marry him. Okay, Trent Offit and Mrs. Ashley, Mr. and Mrs. Offit, come on down here. Yeah, actually, come on over here. Anyway, aren't these two folks wonderful? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And, you know, Trent just did a wonderful job, and of course so did Ashley. But I want to especially speak to Ashley. I really watched her the first couple days, as we all did, didn't we? And we just watched how hard she was trying, hard she was trying. And pretty soon things just started. About the third day, I said, things are getting a little bit better, aren't they? But it's because you tried. I just have so much respect for you. And also you, Trent, you know, so, both of you are wonderful, wonderful folks. I'm going to present Ashley's diploma first and then Trent's. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You bet. Trent, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You bet. Either one of you, we want you both to say something, please.
Well, we thank you all. I mean, I know I've said this a lot to you guys, but, you know, we're all family. And I truly want us to stay in touch. I know I've said it to quite a few of you. Remind ourselves to take time out of our busy lives to keep in touch. Because it's too easy to get caught up. I'm very guilty of it, so you guys ever need anything, give us a holler.
I just wanted to thank everybody for their kindness, their patience, and support through this whole process. Instructors, peers, Paul, Vicki. It was very nice meeting Mike and Lori, and Antonio, and Sarah. I mean, everybody. I could say everybody's name. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Okay, I get to pin Ashley. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tennessee auctioneer, Brian Mitzi, come on down here. Originally from Wisconsin, Illinois, and he and his family are large farmers in Illinois, the great state of Illinois. And hey, folks, didn't Brian add a lot to our class this week? He was always rock solid, every single day. Brian, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody. Well, I better thank my mom and dad back home and my other mom and dad back home. I forgot Friday night. And whoever else is watching today, thank you for your support and watching the farm while we were gone. And I'd like to thank the class, everybody's support, and working hard together, and everybody just pulled together as a great family. And, you know, we talked, or Mike said something about, you know, things happen, and Lori said too, for a reason, and God has a plan. I was supposed to be here in February, and I got sick a couple days before class. And then I ended up coming down here now, and I wouldn't have got to do that without that happening. So everything kind of does happen for a reason. This is a really special class. Also, a big shout out to Josh Hickey. He was a graduate here, and he's the one that told me to come to Worldwide. So big shout out to him, because I wouldn't have been here because of him either. So just like to thank everybody, and we're just to stay in touch like Trent said, and keep on doing what we're doing. God bless every one of you.
Well said. Well said. Okay, sir, may I ask you a question? Are you related to someone in class? Because if you are, we want to recognize you. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. You came all the way from Nebraska. Okay, well, that's why we didn't want to, you know, our school, Worldwide College of Auctioneering, is a school of inclusion. And we want to include you when that time comes. Harold McCartney, come on down here.
Mr. Jerry, come on down here if you will. Why me, Lord? Why me? Oh, what I ever done? Anyway, folks, what about this kid? Huh? Now, Harold, would you do me a favor? Would you step right up over here? Would you take your hat off and would you do a 360 so that everybody out there know? And there you go, right there, right there. For you folks that are listening in this morning that weren't at the student auction, listening in or here, I would like you to know that Harold, on his own, went to Great Clips and got his hair cut, and he had a ponytail, and the ponytail looked real good. It had been growing for many, many years. And he cut that ponytail off, and we sold it on the student auction. President Mike Jones and owner Craig Meyer each threw in $500 apiece, and that ponytail bought $1,000. And that was the highest priced item on the auction. And ladies and gentlemen, Mike Jones is actually going to use it for a mustache when he goes back to Texas. And so if you look at America's Auction Academy graduation, the next time there's going to be Mike Jones with your hair on his top lip. And Jerry has been with his son all week, and you're a big guy. You kind of look like a biker guy. But I've had a chance to visit with you, and you've got a good heart, and you've got a really, really good way about you. And I can see why Harold is such a good kid is because one reason is because of you. I certainly don't know his mom, but probably that's a big part of it too. Well, it's not too late, as I say. Okay. Young Harold, Vicki, will you come on over here? Vicki was very instrumental in speaking with Harold about St. Jude and et cetera, and wasn't she? And telling about what we would do at the student auction. We would honor that and do the very best we can. There's been about 3 or 4 other folks, young lads or young guys that have done the same thing, and it shows just what you are.
Harold, on behalf of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, I present to you this diploma. Congratulations, Colonel. Got your pin in my hand. All right, there you go.
I just want to say thank you to, my friends and family, in Kansas. And, thanks, Dad. Yep. And they're in West Texas,
Folks, I know why Harold's filling up a little bit. He wishes he had that ponytail back, and he wished that...
Believe it or not, I'm actually kind of glad that I cut my hair. I've already kind of grown on my short hair, but I want to thank all you guys for everything, because I kind of took something from everyone here. I really did, even if it was in the little bit of a chant, because I'm not the best at closing out an auction, and I know most of you guys are, but I'm really not, so... I took about everything from everyone, and if any of you guys ever need anything, give me a holler. I mean, I could try to help. I mean, I may not be able to give you the best advice, but I got 2 ears and I can listen to you guys, so just thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, an auctioneer from Oklahoma, worked for the state of Oklahoma, and he's not a Sooner, ladies and gentlemen. He is a cowboy, Oklahoma State University cowboy. The first time I saw Sean, I was by the front desk, and he was walking down that hallway, and I looked, and it was on Saturday morning, fairly early, and I thought, yep, he's here for auction school for sure. Sean, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You're a really, really good guy. You're sharp, you're smart, you're going to do an excellent job as an auctioneer. You're going to really do a good job.
Thanks, Paul. You know, when I came to auction school, I kind of like Dakota. You didn't know if you could ever talk that fast, but then after listening to Paul and Vicki and Mike and Lori and Craig and Angie, you know, I told Craig one day, because he came in and he rattled off a bunch of stuff, and I was going to go next. I was like, you know, this is like following up Michael Jordan in a dunk contest. I don't have a chance. But, you know, I think we've all grown. I think we've all excelled from where we started out at. And it's because of the instructors, but also all of you as students. We all learned from each other. We all grew from listening to each other, helped each other out. We've all become a big family, and you know, the last couple of nights sitting around just talking and making plans for the future for all of us. It's been fun. It's been enjoyable, and I've appreciate every bit of it.
Well said, Colonel. Congratulations, Colonel. Bryson Holston, come on down here, please. You know, I'm not even going to present this diploma until your good wife and dad come up. Fiance. Well, you know when to tell your fiance you love her? Right now. Would you ask them to come up, please? Hello, my name's Paul.
Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Glad to meet you.
You too.
Hello. Jason, you got a good son. Hey, what do you think, Bryson? You know, one thing that I noticed, the nice thing about my job is I get to watch and see a lot of things. And Bryson naturally is not one that's going to go out and elbow his way in. You're a real gentleman. And all week you showed that. And also all week you showed just what hard work and what you'll accomplish. You never missed a beat. And Hannah and Hannah and Jason, you've really got a good fiance and a good son. He did, except for one thing. Last night, I took his snuff can off the table and put it up here, and he was looking all over for it, so I was having some fun with that. Bryson, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Job well done.
I just want to thank all my classmates. I mean, we had a lot of fun while we were here. And if you ever need any help, just give me a call. I'll be right there. I want to thank my dad, who got up at 3 a.m. this morning to be here, and my mom and my brothers back home. And I want to thank everybody that I work for, Jack Nitz & Associates. And I want to thank Hannah for being here, too. So thank you.
Well done. Hey, will you do me a favor? Would you tell Jack and Jay and Courtney and everybody hello from Paul C., Vicki, Mike, Lori, everybody. They're a premier, absolutely top auction company in the country. Well done. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, John Holopka. How'd I do? Close. Pretty close. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, and yourself?
Good to see you. Do you like John? He grows on you, doesn't he? He kind of comes on kind of quiet and just smiles and stuff. Wonderful, wonderful job this week, young man. You really felt that you advanced a lot, didn't you? And you did. John, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Thank you. Well done.
Don't go too far. I'm just going to say thank you, everybody. Thing that you said this week that I thought a lot of is you got 2 of these and 1 of these. Keep this one shut and open these up. You'll go far. So thank you very much.
Well said, Colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, an auctioneer from Fargo, North Dakota. Chris Gilner, come on down here. Works for the Steffes Auction Group out of Fargo, North Dakota. One of the very, very best auction companies in the country, if not the world. And when you go back home, will you do us a favor? Maybe. The same group that I just talked about, Mike and Lori and Vicki and I, and so on, would you say hello to Bob, first of all, because Bob started the company in 1960, and of course Scott. You know, it's interesting, the company that Chris works for, a lot of times the second generation that takes over a company, it either goes downhill or it goes away. And Bob Steffes started Steffes Auctioneers in 1960. He came to this school. His picture's right over here. And then he had his run, and then Scott took over. And Scott has just taken it to new heights. He's smart. He's innovative. He's always thinking. He's very advance oriented. He's got a big constitution. He got a big company and does a great job. And you're going to be part of that group, and you're with an excellent auction company. Chris, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you, Vicki, Mike, Lori, Angelo, Sarah, all the instructors. Sarah and I were talking yesterday, and actually talked with Mike and Lori a little bit last night about it, and the question came up of, how do you explain this to someone? When somebody says, what's auction school like? When someone calls Vicki and says, well, what's auction school like? You can't. You just can't understand it. We've really became like a family, and it's been very fun. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, knock it off. So anyway, we've all already started making plans for seeing each other in the future. We're all really looking forward to watching businesses grow, friendships grow, families that we didn't have before. It's going to be fun to watch their little kiddos grow up on Facebook and just doing all that kind of stuff. It's been amazing. And I've been in the auction business for 10 years, but on the business side. Started listening to Vicki's son walking around going, "I don't bit Nintendo." And I said, man, I want to do that, but I just never did. So, you may not know this, but if you look at the state right here, you go through midlife crisis, as they say. Some people buy Corvettes, motorcycles. Today I turned 41 years old. What? You guys are all part of my midlife crisis. I became an auctioneer today on my birthday, November 24th.
Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. And thank you guys all for being a part of my midlife crisis. And I want to say thank you and I love you to my two little girls at home. I'll be there soon to hug you, girlies.
Well done. Go buy a Corvette. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the next auctioneer is an auctioneer that I know very, very well, and I've known him for 57 years, and that is Paul E. Gagnon. Gagnon. Come on up here. Paul, there's just a whole good bunch of people there, and would you introduce him and ask him to come up, please?
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. Every one of them.
Well, okay, I got to start with my beautiful wife, Glennis, if you'll come up. My oldest daughter, Ashley, my next daughter in line, Alyssa, and her husband, Cal, and my other son-in-law, Zach, and my two very favorite people in the whole wide world, these two little kids right here, Boston and Quinn.
Quinn. Come on up, folks, will you? Come on up. Come on, will you please? Yeah, you don't have to come up, but we'll just keep asking you to till you do. So you can sit there for a half hour if you want to. Okay, Ashley and Quinn.
No, this is Boston.
Boston Quinn. You look like your Aunt Jane a little bit, doesn't she? A little bit. Hey, anyway, now these two kids, can I give you some advice? Be nice to Grandma and Grandpa. You want to know why? You're going to inherit a lot of money someday, and you want to, and you want to make sure you. Now, Paul is my cousin. His mom and my mom were sisters. I've said that so many times this week, and I'm very, very happy you came through auctioneer school, and I imagine your sister Jane, Aunt Jane, is probably listening in, and from Denver, Colorado, and probably Garrett and some others, maybe Mary Sue and others. Paul's mom and dad just passed away last year. They were both over 96 years old. They were just wonderful. His dad was a Marine in World War II, and his mom, every time that I ever went to Aunt Teresa's house, she offered us something to eat and something to drink. And she learned that from her mom and dad. And so anyway, now kids, will you help me out here a little bit? will you here turn around to your grandpa, and I'm gonna say something in your ear, and I want you to give your grandpa present this diploma. Will you do that for me? And we'll always remember that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go down there, and you both say it together when I tell you. Okay. Okay, are you ready? Now say it loud. Grandpa,
Grandpa,
on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering,
on behalf of Worldwide Auctioneering,
congratulations, Colonel.
congratulations, Colonel.
There you go, right there. I tell you, there's not many times that that somebody graduates and has their 2 grandchildren present the diploma. Pretty good.
Yeah, this is really something. On behalf of all of you guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet each and every one of you. But you guys, this family right here, they're the best, the very best. I couldn't have done it without your encouragement. Thank you so much.
Well done. Well done, cousin. Thanks, you guys, for coming up. Aren't you glad you came up now? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the next auctioneer, as soon as I get this out of my eye, is a young man from Chicago, Deerfield, Illinois. Andy Fine, master's degree. Come on over here. Now, Andy, you have a father that has the distinction of being on the National Auctioneers Association Board of Directors. He's a brilliant guy. You know that. That's why probably where you got your brains. And also Renee Jones, who is a big influence in your life along with your dad. And I would like to ask Renee's brother, Mike Jones, to come up and present this diploma to you.
Well, Andrew, or Andy, congratulations. And on behalf of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, I'd like to introduce you as a colonel, and congratulations. You bet.
Oh, wow, what an experience. I think, you know, I signed up for this class about maybe 2 weeks ago. Vicki wasn't even sure I was going to get the packet in time in the mail. Had to get me the CD via an MP3 so I could be prepared for the class. But I'm so glad that I got to be here, learned so much about how to be on the podium. But I think so many of the skills that we learned are going to translate to our entire lives, and just how we interact with people, how we build relationships with people, how we can be just, you know, professionals as well. You know, I think we just learned so much. So I know on Friday I blanked on the podium and forgot to thank all the instructors, but all the instructors were just so amazing. Jill Marie, Shannon, Kurt, Dan, they were all just so fantastic, and I'm so grateful for all the mentors that we had throughout the experience. I've learned so much from them and from all the students throughout the class, so thank you all so much.
Well done. Well done, Colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, the next auctioneer I'm going to introduce, in fact, the next 2, I am going to say both of these graduates both have $1 million smile. So I'd like to ask the first $1 million smiler, Amy Faust from Portland, Oregon, to come on down here. And for you folks that are listening in that don't know the talents of this woman, tell us that what you won on the CMA Awards just recently, about 2 weeks ago.
Well, it was 2 years ago, but it's true. In 2017, we won the CMA Award for Best Major Market Morning Show on the radio. But that part of my life is done, and this is the new part of my life, so I'm very excited about that.
Amy, you added a lot to the auction class, and I know you and Jill Marie are good buds, and she's probably listening in back home with a nightgown and rollers in her hair, having a cup of coffee at the kitchen table. Amy, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been way harder and way more fun and way more emotional than I thought it would be. I've been sitting over here bawling with Ashley, and I know we're probably not the only two. We learned so much from all the instructors, so much, not just about auctioneering, but about, as Andy said, all the stuff that Andy said, but also even parenting. I feel like I'm going to be a better parent. I don't know about you guys. So thanks to every one of you as well, because I learned something from every one of you about people and relationships, and it's just been incredible. And Angelo, thank you. That was a surprise. I didn't know I was going to be a bilingual auctioneer. It's going to be a heck of a party trick. So I'm really excited about that. And just thank you all so much. And I really can't wait to stay in touch and see what everybody does, because I know we're all going to do amazing things. So thanks.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, a young lady from down in KC or Kansas City, Ashley Beck, come on down here. I just want you to stand here and look out there, and I want you to smile. There you go, huh? Anyway, class didn't actually add a lot. She always was ready. She was always positive. She has that wonderful, wonderful smile. And you know what was really interesting to me as we go through the week, I always say, and you heard me say, and certainly you were testament to it the other night, when you spoke so lovingly and recognized your husband and your family back home. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that the squeal marks that you're going to hear are going to be Ashley's car squealing, burning rubber all the way to Interstate 35 to go to Kansas City. So Ashley Beck, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
I think I'm going to be known as the class crier. Golly, I'm speechless. Starting with the instructors, which I want to thank Paul and Vicki. What you have started is unbelievable. I've done a lot of things in my life, I felt like, and I have never had such, first of all, amazing instructors pour into me. I mean, I'm almost 40 years old, and the people and how they speak to us and how they teach us not only about auctioneering, but about life. And I am a positive person. I think everybody back home, I mean, they always say that. I'm pretty much always happy and joyful. But I learned even so much more about that this week, and going home and being a better parent, being a better wife, being a better person in general, being a better friend, and being an auctioneer is going to be great. And I'm going to try to obviously do my best, make you all proud. I'm excited for what I can do. But after all of that, I just want every single person in this class. I've also tried to come a few different times, and it never worked out. And I'm here right now for a reason. And golly, I could spend 20 minutes about every single human being in this class and how much.
Let's not.
No, I promise I won't. I wish I could, though. I'd really like to say all the things that I love about each of these people here. So you all mean so much to me, and I just cannot wait to continue our relationships as we go back home. And like everyone said, see what everyone does with this career and your lives. And I'm here to support you and encourage you, and I'll always be there for you. And it's going to be an exciting run, and I can't wait to just continue our friendships and blah, 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 blah. Enjoy this school. You guys are going to do great things. Mike and Lori, I just am so excited for you guys. I mean, golly, this place is really phenomenal. So anyway, I could keep talking, but I won't. So thank you very much.
Hey, will you do me a favor, though, will you stand right here with me?
Yeah.
Will you say hello to your husband, your children, and also your fellow auctioneer and mentor, Tricia Brower, and all the good folks you work with?
Okay. Hi, Nick. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Huxley. I literally cannot wait to get home to you guys and give you a squeeze. I already said that to you this morning, but thank you again for supporting me and encouraging me to come. And yes, Tricia Brower, Eve Rojas, all my Odessa, Kansas City fam there. I'm excited for what's to come. So thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least is a Scottsdale, Arizona auctioneer, Tom Antal. Come on down here. You know, Tom is kind of a quiet guy, but he's a man of few words, but a big heart. And we earlier this morning heard a little bit of Tom's story and his family story. And folks, if you ever get a chance, he is absolutely, absolutely at the top of the mountain as a human being. Tom, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. And may I also say, you live in Scottsdale, Arizona. May I see a show of hands of folks that would be able to stay at Tom's house January and February, all February. We'll all be there. We'll all be there January and February in Scottsdale.
Thank you. Well, I just want to say thank you guys. You guys motivated me big time. I was nervous a lot trying to get up and do this, but you guys were awesome, just helping in every way. The instructors were awesome. Paul, you pull out the best in people, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys very much.
Well done. Folks, we're not too far from being completed, sticking a fork in it, as we say in farm country. The next order of business, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask Colonel Angelo Lopez to come up, and he is going to present the bilingual auctioneering diplomas. And there won't be any, obviously, everyone's got an opportunity to speak, but he'll present them. We'll take a picture, and then after that, we're going to take a picture of you folks and the money you raised for St. Jude, and then we'll dismiss.
Thank you, Paul. Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Mason City, Iowa. Certified bilingual auctioneer, has completed the course of study in bilingual English/Spanish auctioneering, voice, and oratory, and hereby granted this diploma certification on this 24th day of November with the gold seal and signed by the president of the college, Mr. Paul C. Baer. And I just want you all to know that speaking with Craig, Mike, Lori, they will continue the bilingual course. So anyone that wants to continue to learn how to auction in Spanish, it will be available at the Worldwide College of Auctioneering. Thank you. First, I'm going to call your name, line up on one side, and then the other side. Thank you. Thomas D. Antor. Thank you, sir. Here you go. Ashley Beck. Yahoo! That's Ashley. Amy Foss. Amy. Thank you. You're welcome. Andrew A. Fine. Andy, go. Yeah. Paul Gagnon. Pablo. Gracias. De nada, amigo. Bryson Holston. Bryson, congratulations, sir. Brian Motzier. Brian. Congratulations, sir. Ashley Offit. Yes. Thank you. Trent Offit. Trent, congratulations, brother. Jeffrey L. Paulson. Jeff. Woo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very well. And there were two others that were here. They had to leave. Tom and Rachel, and they already received their diplomas. So now we're going to take a picture here real quick. Thank you once again for the opportunity to be able to work with every single one of you. I know this was not easy to learn, not only how to come here and auction in English, but you took the challenge to learn how to auction in Spanish. And you did it, right? All right. Thank you very much. Un millón. All right. Let's go take some pictures. Thank you.
Angelo, you're sitting in the middle.
Okay, everybody, may I have your attention for the closing? Go ahead and be seated if you guys want to for just a minute. I quoted Lonesome Dove before, and I want to quote another I want to end our time at Worldwide College of Auctioneering with two things. One is I want to, they faced it towards the wall. That's okay. I want everybody to look at this again because it's my favorite saying. I'm an Irishman, and it's called the Irish blessing. I want everyone to have that Irish blessing, and I mean each and everything that's written on there. In addition to that, as I said, and my favorite cowboy show is Lonesome Dove. And Lonesome Dove is an excellent, excellent cowboy show. And one of the things that one scene in Lonesome Dove, Gus said to Woodrow, he said, "Woodrow, it's been quite a ride, hasn't it?" You remember that? And I'd like to say to Vicki, Vicki, partner, it's been quite a ride, hasn't it?
It most certainly has, Paul Seabear. Love ya.
And so, November 2019, Worldwide College of Auctioneering class.
You are dismissed. All right.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Vicki. There you go, Mike. There you go. There you go. All right, we don't mind. Yeah, this is pretty fun, eh? Here we go. Woo! Come on, Lori, girl, get him out there. All right, you guys got enough for the kids and everything? All right. Take some for the kids. Watch your heads, watch your heads, watch it. UFO, 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 Pablo. UFO, no, boy. Someone's gonna have their job.
Make him get the ladder and get it down. Yeah, you can. Yep. We usually throw what we have. More. Oh, my goodness. Got some more.